right, our next speaker today is Mehmet, and he'll be talking to us about the power of social media research in policy and strategic development. Michael.
Thank you. Yes, power. So the joys of what I do is I get to listen to what everybody types with their fingers while sitting, well, wherever they sit while they type. The main thing that we do is turn all that data into usable insights. The insights that the decision makers so they can make well-informed decisions. So I'm going to run you through why there's no solution right now. Essentially, there's no real solution right now because a lot of programs out there, a lot of techniques out there really oversimplify the process. They focus on categorizing things as negative, neutral, or positive, and they fail to understand the complexity of social media communication, which today isn't just words. It's images, it's videos, it's an array of modalities that people use in order to communicate how they think and how they feel. So, why is our approach different? Very simply, it's detailed and it's cohesive. So we align aims and objectives to the type of data that people use, and we do it in a way that aligns with the overall objectives for that organisation. So what that allows is a very nuanced understanding of how humans communicate in social media. It allows us to explore everything from emotions to cognitive biases to motivations. But most importantly, it allows us to understand why people think and feel the way they do. It allows us to understand why they prefer one thing over another. And I'll run you through a case really quickly. So about 10 years ago, there was a huge spate of shark encounters on the north coast of New South Wales. And the DPI Fisheries Department needed a solution really, really quickly to understand not only what the community's concerns were, but also what the community preferred. Now, they could have taken old school techniques and put out a survey which traditionally get 300 responses. Or they could have door knocked and asked people, but they take too long and they cost too much. So they employed us to actually run a social media listening strategy. And we collected over 55,000 comments. And we quickly considered the key factors in real time. So we were able to understand the context, what people's preferences were, and we were able to track those trends over a near 10-year period, which allowed us to identify what people preferred, which was technology and a suite of technologies, and what they didn't prefer, which was colour and nets. This minimised the cost for the DPI because me sitting at my computer collecting data and analysing it is much cheaper than a whole team of people going out and door knocking and talking to people, organising surveys, and agencies cost a fortune. And it also minimised risk because a lot of people, and particularly surfers and swimmers along the coast, were traumatised by the shark encounters, both individually if they had an individual encounter, but also the communities. So it actually minimised the risk of traumatising those communities. So it allowed for informed decision making. And what I mean by that, we gave a voice to those typically who don't have a voice in policy and strategic applications, which are the community members themselves and the special interest groups. And this led to an array of innovations, including, as you can see on the screen there, a New South Wales-wide drone program for all patrol beaches, which is the first in the world. It also led to researchers and beach patrol people actually working together to collect data about shark migration and beach usage, which again is benchmarked all around the world. Our approach impacted $100 million worth of policy and has been taken up in countries like Sri Lanka and through California. So, thank you.